Welcome back to episode 4 of Rush Routes. My name is Kyle, and in today's video we're going to be discussing and going over the map Bakaara. Essentially what Rush Routes is a series designed to help those players that are struggling when playing Search and Destroy, or they just don't know what to do when they get on the map that they don't really like playing. So I'm going to be showing you guys my personal and most effective routes, along with some other general information which can be very useful and which can save you guys in the long run when playing Search and Destroy. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have anything you'd like to add, don't hesitate to hit up that comment section and enjoy this episode. Okay, so we're going to start off this episode with spawns as per usual. The one thing I really want to focus your guys' attention on is that this map is not overly small or not overly large. What this means is you guys have the perfect opportunity to plan out where you want to run, and you have ample amounts of time to decide on how to adapt to certain situations if you find yourself encountered with that. So my biggest tip on doing really well on Bakaara is just to take your time and just plan everything ahead. So let's say you're going to run one route, know where you're going to run and know where you want to end up. Just keep those two things in your mind and you should do really well on this map. So I'm going to quickly touch on both of the bombs in this map in particular. If you notice, for the most part, every time I play this map, I usually see the bomb planted at B more often. So if you're ever stuck in that situation where you don't know where you should really go and where you should expect the enemy to plant the bomb, I'd recommend going with B because that's where most people like to plant. But also just throw in an extra A bomb plant just to throw a few enemies off. Also, I would highly recommend planting at B because there's a lot more sight lines at B, and it's just a whole lot easier when you plant the bomb and you have more angles and more different sight lines you can put on the bomb, which gives you a better overall advantage. So now we're actually going to move into the route section of this episode. First, I want to throw a big thank you out to my friend ALTAMONTS, who decided to come on and show me a few routes that he likes to run when playing competitive Search and Destroy. So not only are these routes going to help you out, especially in public lobbies, because a lot of these people are not really going to know at what angles you're approaching them from, but these are also going to help you in competitive play if you ever want to test your game or step it up a little bit and get into the competitive scene. Okay, so here we're spawning on defense. He's going to use the ACR, which is actually a really good choice on this map because when it comes to weapon choice, especially on Bakaara, I like to choose weapons that are going to showcase my routes. And what I mean by that is if I'm going to use an assault rifle, I'm going to stick to those long range gunfights. And I'm going to pick the points in which I want to move up and the points that I want to stay. Right here, he's limiting himself. He knows that they have to come and watch the bomb, so he has an assault rifle. He's posted back up, so that way if anybody runs to this sight line, it's just an easy kill. Here's a pretty awesome sight line. If you spawn on the defensive side and you're using an assault rifle, you just come straight over towards the bomb area, jump on this car. You can catch anybody that decides to run left on the offensive side, anybody that decides to run down this road, run down this alleyway, you're pretty much covered. You can also use this little car as good cover if anybody else decides to wait a little bit before they decide to run down the road. And you can just post up right here and catch anybody around here. So you're good on this side. Right here, I'm going to show you a really common route I see a lot of people run. They pick up the bomb, they like to run through construction, they either throw a stun here, or they jump to the left and they throw a stun or flash over the A bomb to catch anybody that's off guard. Try and pick up a kill in this building. Also, a lot of people like to run out on this little ledge here. They post up on the back of this garbage bin, which you will see in a second. And if done properly, you can plant the bomb, you can run back up here and get on top of this garbage can, and if you're in one of those situations where you're waiting for a guy to plant the bomb, then you have an awesome angle. You guys knew it wasn't going to be an actual full episode without me. Of course, I'm going to add in some of my personal routes. Right here, I'm using an SMG. We're going to run straight up through, and we're going to hit up the middle, use this little car as cover. If not, I'm going to push straight up in, because a lot of people like to sit back in that building. If not, I like to head over to construction to see if anybody's coming out to plant the A-bomb. So now we're going to spawn on the defensive side. I'm just going to pick up the bomb, going to run directly down the map, because a lot of people, they don't take advantage of just giving her shit and just running out directly into their spawn and seeing what you can do, and sometimes I like to take full advantage of that. Okay, so here are some examples of these routes ran in public matches. Here's one on the defensive side. I decided to use an SMG because I really want to rush on this side. What I like to do is I like to push up, see if anybody's behind the car. If not, I'll move up, caught a glimpse of this guy running over, and I got a little lucky because there was 2 of them rather than 1, and I'll pick up an easy 2-piece. Right here is a good offensive one. I like to just run straight down and catch the enemies off guard. Usually there's someone camping in this building. I wasn't able to notice this guy, but I come back and pick him up. Right here you're going to see me jump on the balcony and check out B-bomb, which I do very often to see if anybody's camping that bomb. So I decided to throw an example of this route actually ran in some competitive play. Right here, you're going to see him use his weapon very effectively and choosing his battles correctly. He knows he has an ACR, so he's trying to put himself at the advantage because the ACR is really good for long range. He's using it for long range, and he's using this truck, this little wall right here, some cover, and he also uses drop shotting to get the kill. Before I start this recap of Bakaara, I want to throw a big thank you once again to Altamont for showing me those routes and providing them for this episode. I really struggle with playing Bakaara just because it's one of those awkward search and destroy maps that I don't really like. But anyway, we have to jump right into it because I know you guys don't want to listen to me talk anymore. So first thing is first, change it up once in a while. Don't be scared to run a different route here and there. You may die, you may not die, you may get lucky, you may get unlucky. That's how the game works, but you have to change it up because people are just going to catch on to you running the same thing over and over and over again. Also, this map is not that small, so you have the opportunity to take your time to figure out what you want to do. So I want to stress to you guys, take your time with this map, move up cautiously, decide what you're going to do before you actually do it so that way you have a backup plan if you get one of those awkward encounters or those shitty encounters. Also, weapon choice depends on your route. If you're going to accentuate those long gunfights, you want to use those long sight lines, use an assault rifle. If you're just planning on straight up rushing into their spawn, use an SMG because you're more likely to win with that one. Also guys, this concludes this episode for Bakaara, so if you like this series, you like this video, be sure to like it, favorite it, comment it, do all that sort of stuff with it. Anyway, my name's Kyle, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.